What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday over here. It's probably going to be my third and final video today. Bitcoin not doing too much, but had a recent pump, okay, and a recent dump, but not as great as that pump over this over this week. What could be happening with Bitcoin, because it is still very important for this crypto markets. It is still the driver. Okay, gotta see if this continues to the upside or is the rally over for Bitcoin. We're gonna take a look into the charts here, see what could be going on. Of course, the main topic for this post is going to be about Harmony One. Going to be following up with you guys on my previous posts on this token, see what's going on in here, take a look into some upside and downside price targets, as well as some key price levels to be paying attention to in order for this coin to go either direction. I'm going to be giving you guys my personal sentiments and opinions on this market later in this video, so make sure to stay around for that. Lastly, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal opinions and sentiments on this market. I can very well be wrong. I am not a financial advisor or an elite trader of any sorts, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear markets. But I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys feel pumped, I'm feeling especially pumped today. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are feeling pumped. Let's get right into the charts here. All right, so let's come down to Harmony One and see what has gone on since last time. Since last time, okay, I did a post here, right? Currently it is at 0.96 cents, down today for about almost 1.5%. So not too much happening. It looks like it did get quite a bit of a pump. Well, no, this is the hourly chart, so let's see what has happened this week, okay? It did get a pretty recent pump, over the past week or so. So that looks, it looks like it could be pulling back right now. We're gonna chart that pattern in just a little bit, but it did look like it got quite a bit of a pump over the past week or so. Let's see what could be happening and what has happened since last time we talked about it. Okay, let's come to the weekly time frame, where I do want to mention a revision from the last time I saw what has been happening in this coin. Okay, so what has happened since last time was that I did mention that there was a falling wedge pattern, a smaller falling wedge pattern, but my revision here is that I actually do see now a bigger falling wedge pattern that this price action is has been in. Okay, let's go ahead and discard this real quick because we have a bigger falling wedge pattern. No, actually, let me put that back. Okay, so we have a bigger falling wedge pattern. This pattern has been forming since January of this year, since it has hit about 3 cents area. Price action has came down to about 0.9 cents area. Okay, that is basically very close to not all-time lows, right? So has came down to about 0.95 cents area. Okay, so basically the price action is retesting that area. Okay, 0.95 cents area. Okay, let's take a new measure target, since there is a since I am adding this new falling wedge pattern here that I'm seeing. Okay, so a measure target out of this bigger falling wedge pattern. Basically, if you take the opening measurements of the pattern, okay, and then you put the measurement on top of a future breakout date. Since price action is in the middle of this bigger falling wedge pattern, I think it's reasonable to pick, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's pick closer. Okay, let's just say if it breaks out by the last week of October, okay, or second to the last week of October, okay, October 23rd, week of October 23rd, we're gonna measure targets for about the 3 cent area. So that is still a pretty decent move, right, for Harmony One if this breakout happens, right? Big if, right? But, you know, falling wedge patterns typically do break to the upside. I'm not saying that, but that is public knowledge, right? Go ahead and Google search falling wedge, Google search measure targets, because it is an estimate only, okay? So you guys can actually learn the concepts on your own. That is probably the most important thing to take away from this video or content like this. It is not so you can get a target for the coin, but actually be able to learn the material yourself, because it is public knowledge, and actually be able to judge this for yourself without having to, you know, listen to someone on YouTube, right? Now, let's see what could be happening on a lower time frame here. I mean, on a smaller scale. Okay, we have the bigger falling wedge. Now, I did mention that the smaller falling wedge broke out of that smaller falling wedge, right? The measure target was about 2 cent area. Price action broke out, basically dragged on for quite a few months here, right? I mean, I won't even call that bullish divergence anymore. I mean, it's just, yeah, I mean, it's not, in my opinion. Okay. It basically broke a possible double bottom when the price action has broken out of this falling wedge, right? And that is not looking good, right? So basically it looks like it has broke the support of about 1 cent, and now price action is trying to reclaim that support of 1 cent. Okay, it is now resistance, right? So that is not looking good at the moment. Like I said, this is basically the lowest from within this pattern. So if, you know, this price action could continue going downwards, and that is not going to be looking pretty, right? Because the bottom trend line here, you can go as low if the price action was to stay in this pattern. It could go a lot lower. I mean, just go and chart this for yourself. Don't listen to me, right? Go and chart this for yourself and basically look at the bottom trend line here, okay? It's 0.2 cents. That's, it could go lower than 0.2 cents if it was to continue down this pattern, right? So that is basically what I'm seeing on the downside. So, you gotta take into consideration both the downside and the upside. That's just realistic. Let's take a look into some key price levels you got to be paying attention to in order for this price action to go upwards, right? You have your weekly 21 SMA, currently about 1.2 cent area. Weekly 50 SMA, 1.6 cent area. You have your weekly 200, which is way out there. The orange line, I mean, it's not even worth mentioning at this point as resistance. Your monthly moving averages are way out there as well. I mean, it's beyond the measured target, even out of that bigger falling wedge pattern. So I'm not even worried about it. You can read it for yourself, the monthly 21 and the monthly 50 SMA. 3-day 21 is currently about 1.05 cents area. 3-day 50 SMA is currently about 1.2 cent area. 3-day 200 SMA, that is coming down, so it's kind of worth mentioning at this time. 3.8 cents area. You got your daily moving average. It's basically right on top or right at the daily 21 SMA, right? The blue line here, 9.96 cents area. Daily 50 SMA, 1 cent area, and then daily 200 SMA at about I'm just gonna say 1.5 cent area just to be even. So those are gonna be your noticeable key resistances going upwards. Okay, there's gonna be a lot more you can look into from past trading history, but I'm not gonna do that here for time's sake. Let's go ahead and come down to support here. We can do past trading history for support because we don't have a lot of major moving averages beneath us. Those are going to be your noticeable ones. For support here, immediately, you're at one, right? It's going to be, from these past two trading candles here. December last year, January this year, that's going to be about that 0.95 cent area, okay? You're at it. Right? If you break this, let's see here. Okay, if you break this, the next one I'm seeing here will be coming from September 2019. What is that? Like about the 80 cents area, which is still quite some way down. I mean, you're gonna lose another 10%-ish, right? That's the next one, about the 80 cents, a 0.8 cents area if you break this current 0.95 cents area. Okay, that's what I'm seeing based on the charts. You could probably read further into it into more detail if you want to go into like the weekly time frame as well, but this is just a rough estimate based on what I'm seeing on these candles here. So that basically wraps it up for Harmony One on both the upside and downside. I mean, Bitcoin here not really doing too much, which in my opinion is good for the moment because it looks like, some of these altcoins are running. And then until we get a new weekly candle, we can read more into that. So be sure to, subscribe, like, and comment. And also, if you guys do want to see more of Harmony One, like, subscribe, comment. I'll bring you guys an update if enough of you guys want to see it. My overall sentiment on this market is still bullish. It's bullish at this time, right? Because we have been able to stay away from that Bitcoin breakdown on the weekly time frame. Neckline 24.7K. It's a double top pattern. Okay. So we have been able to stay away from that, right? So yeah, that's basically it. If you guys want to see more details on what I said about Bitcoin earlier today, check out my first post. I usually talk more about Bitcoin on that post because I get tired of talking into my next couple of posts into the day. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys later.